Be subject to government authorities because they've been established by God. The Bible's most famous text about government authority is used today to silence criticism against those in power. But history tells a different story. I'm Jeffrey Rosario, a historian of religion and politics, and this is part 2 of Does the Bible Condemn Political Dissent? So let's go way back into the early church. A guy named John Chrysostom, Archbishop of Constantinople. He's a big deal. He made a crucial distinction. Romans 13 affirms the institution of government, not any particular office holder. So yes, respect the office, but passive submission to whatever an office holder does? No, because that authority is a public trust meant to uphold the good, to ensure people's well-being, to restrain evil. So what happens when government authorities abuse their power? Romans 13 is not a blank check for the state. It's a job description for what government authority is supposed to look like. When Martin Luther challenged corrupt authorities in his day, they tried to weaponize Romans 13 against him. He pushed back. He said, "Bring it on. These passages are in my favor." He literally said that. And then he schooled them on their warped understanding. Even John Calvin agreed that rulers should be challenged when they violate justice. Then that logic matured into a resistance theory. In 1550, Lutheran pastors wrote the Magdeburg Confession. They leveraged Romans 13 against government abuses of their day. They declared that when those in power promote corruption instead of the good, they should be resisted. In the 1640s, theologian Samuel Rutherford, one of the most influential political theorists of the time, published his famous treatise. He argued that Romans 13 endorses rightful authority, not abused and tyrannical power. And all of this matters today. When Christians quote Romans 13 to silence criticism against those in power, ask yourself the question: if these reformers from way back when had bought into that narrative, would there ever have been a Protestant Reformation? So Romans 13 doesn't have to muzzle Christians today. Historically, it trained them to critique policies, to hold their government accountable, to ask hard questions. Are the powers that be serving the good or protecting themselves? But these ideas didn't stay in Europe. They crossed the Atlantic, and they helped shape how Christians justified resistance in the American Revolution. That's up next. Like and follow for part 3.